Hey there, everyone. A couple of weeks since the last video. I still don't have adorners in for this particular progress video, but I have made some additional tweaks, a couple of enhancements, and overall code size reduction and performance improvements in doing so. So what I'll do, I'll jump into 1090 and run down through the changes as quickly as I can. Okay. So a couple of things that I've added here are new aspect ratio options. They should have been done from day one. For the life of me, I can't recall why I didn't add them day one, but a user on the forum by the name of CMOS had reminded me about them, so I added them. And let's see, I actually have two vertical themes. The first one, Vertical Aspirations, I believe is by Jay's Arcade. Yep. And the second one is Vertical Prototype, and I believe this one's by Goblin Driver. And actually, while I'm here, there were a couple of system options that I had inadvertently left off. Obviously, as BigBox is being enhanced, new menu options were being added over the past couple of releases, and I forgot to add those new menu options to my list. Doesn't affect how the theme is published and how it interacts with BigBox. It's just I try to sync up my editor as close as I can visually to how BigBox will actually show the views and whatnot. So anyway, that list is current as of the current build of BigBox. All right, so let me just click through some of the views here. All right, like I said, it's set to 916. And you can view it. You can also edit in 916 as well. We've got dead space here. This is the canvas area right here. So whatever you build or whatever you add and size and move here will resize accordingly on the target resolution of your monitor and set to portrait mode. So it'll work just fine. Unless, of course, you're designing your theme on an external monitor, which is already in portrait mode, then that makes things a lot easier and you don't have this this dead space. But I just wanted to kind of show this off. All right, let me just exit here. So thanks to Jay's Arcade and Goblin Driver for providing the theme files for that, the project files for that. All right, let me go into another busy theme, because there are a couple of things I wish to cover here. So in the last video, I briefly touched on a brand new notification system with all the little pop-ups that come up, and I said that I really want to kind of utilize them a lot more than I had in the past. And over the past 2 weeks, I've been tweaking the look and feel and some of the things that you can actually do with these notification pop-ups. So I'm going to go into that real quick. So let's see, if I click on this Wheel 3 Games view, for example, I go in, we have two, and it actually shows you the icon associated with the UI element that's just been added automatically. Here it is. All right. I'm just going to exit real quick and then edit again. It'll be a brand new view. I can actually click on these notification cards and dismiss them. Okay. The other thing that I've done too, and actually it's best if I show you in a fully active view. All right. So I mentioned in the menu bar at the top here, you've got all these shortcuts or hotkeys. All right. And I've changed them all from Control plus, all moved over to using the Alt key, left or right Alt key. All right. But anyway, so for example, if I want to shut off the music or shut off the audio for the video that's currently playing, Alt M, audio has been disabled. Alt M, audio has been enabled. And we have a couple of animated GIFs here. So Alt J, animated GIFs have been disabled. Hit it again, enable. Alt V for video. It will stop both of them. There's a background video behind the selected game text and a video in the TV image there. So those have now been switched off. Alt V starts them back up again. And again, the notification prompt is just coming up just to confirm the action that you had requested. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. Let's see. I guess while we're talking about the menu bar is a lot more responsive. So there has to be a slight delay to confirm that you're not actually moving your mouse pointer around at the top of the screen. But once the mouse pointer comes to rest, the menu bar shows up. So it's a lot faster for it to appear. It's a lot smoother, and it's a lot more responsive. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to go back into another blank view because talking about the menu bar, sorry about jumping around, but I've added this background color. So now you can actually change the background color of the view that you're editing. Defaults to black, which is what you're used to seeing. But if you wish, you can add a gradient. There you go. Or a solid color other than black, if you so wish. Okay. Or you can create your own color, or select an HTML color, whichever way you want to do it. And that was a right click in this area. Okay. So unless I have any other ideas about any other options to add up here, this is pretty much it, at least for now, from what I can think of. But obviously, this here gives me the ability to add as many options as I need with hotkeys and whatnot. But yeah. All right. So we're going to go back to the notification system again, because I said there was some other things that I really wanted to kind of use them more for. So let's see. Publish. And it doesn't matter what view I'm currently in, but just so that you know what view or what theme I'm going to be constructing. So I hit publish. It comes up with this. You can now cancel. And I must have caught it just as it was finalizing. Let's see if I can be a little bit quicker this time. Probably not. Okay, well, it cancelled. All right. So if in the case of a couple of themes that I have, especially one of them where there's an awful lot of custom images, and it will go through the motions of actually starting to clear the destination theme folder, and then start copying all the custom images. Or maybe you have a lot of platform-specific views, and it will take a fair amount of time. Maybe while hitting publish, you had some other ideas and you just want to stop it. At least you've got that ability now to end the publication of your theme. So that was one. And then I added the same kind of logic to build fake ROM list. Again, you can cancel. And I probably hit it at the point where it was reading the next platform to gain a list of games for that specific platform. So once it hands control back to my app, there you go. It recognizes that I had requested a cancel. So it follows that up with another notification in yellow saying that, hey, this operation was canceled. All right. So that is pretty much it for notifications. The appearance is slightly different to what you saw in the video. The animations are certainly a lot smoother upon entry and exit. You can dismiss them. You can now cancel depending on the function that's being called. So yeah, I think they're a lot more intuitive, or at least more, they're a lot more useful now. Let's see. I mentioned that I reduced overall lines of code in, let's see, in the editor, and again within the UI element properties list, and clicking on a UI element, I've shaved off another 30 milliseconds or so from the time of actually selecting a UI element to the time it takes to reload the properties associated with that UI element. So it's even faster, but 30 milliseconds, you're not going to notice that kind of difference, but every bit helps. All right, so again, better performance, even though the last video demonstrated a much improved performance change compared to the version of the editor that's out on the forum. But there's no harm in that. Let's see, what else? Overall appearance of the lower half of this panel, I've changed the font size slightly. I've reduced it just a little bit, just so it's more in line with the fonts used in the UI element list above it. It was actually the other way around. The fonts below were much larger than the fonts used above. So I've changed that. I've added sliders, additional sliders with corresponding text boxes wherever I saw fit, really. Skew and what was the other one? I was just on the genre, I think. Horizontal and vertical spacing. I figured, why not? If you want to control it with a scroll wheel, you can do so. Instead of just typing into the text box, it's clearly up to you. You've got choices. So I've added that. So it was appearance, more sliders, better performance, less code. What else did I add in here? I know there were a couple of properties. So let's see. I had... Oh, yeah. I want to take something that you can clearly see. Okay, I'll take that. The image platform logo. I haven't tried this, so well, I haven't tried it on this particular view or an image, but I'm going to set the image to say width is set to auto size. So it's ignoring this 555 that was previously set, and now I'm going to set the height to auto size. And by doing so, the width and the height is now locked out. You can't enter those values. And because I don't have the new adorner logic in there, you still have the ability to change the width and change the height. But going forward, you won't if you set it to auto size. It doesn't make any sense. All right. It's based on the content. So, but anyway, I'll cover all of that when I get to the new adorner logic, when it's embedded. But anyway, the width and height are now protected. However, you can now specify the minimum and maximum width of a width and height of a given UI element. And I guess because I've changed this, let me just hit Control Z and at least put it back. Yeah. So I could go in and say, you know what, the maximum width of an image to be displayed for that UI element, I'm going to make it 500. There you go. So, and I could do the same with height as well. Well, you could say, I want to implement a minimum. I mean, it's not going to change anything because the image itself is greater than 300, but it won't exceed 500. So now you have this ability. It'll be very, very important when it comes to adding UI elements or nesting UI elements within inside other UI elements. And you want docking and stacking and all this kind of good stuff to work nicely with one another, and you want your UI elements to be auto size so you get a consistent appearance. And again, I'll be covering all of that nearer the release of the 1090 build. But yeah, these are some of the things that I've added, tweaked, changed, improved, etc. It was very important that I did all this again before applying the new adorner logic. It put my mindset in the right place, because dealing with auto size and min and max width and height, it kind of sets the rules that I need to be aware of when I actually show the adorner with the sizing thumbs, when to show them, when not to show them, what to show, what not to show. So there's a lot more rules, and obviously those rules play into the appearance of the new adorner. It's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, those are the tweaks and changes made over the past couple of weeks. Like I said, it was mainly performance and mainly appearance for some of these new things that I had added very quickly. So yeah, I just wanted to take care of that. So yeah, I hope you like this. I know you're probably waiting to see the new adorner logic with all the resizing and repositioning. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to show it off either. Trust me, it's lightning fast. But in the meantime, fixing existing bugs and improving performance is certainly not a bad thing. I certainly welcome it when I'm just playing around with it. Things frustrate me if I see it stuck, or there's a delay when I'm clicking on things. So, anywho, that's where I'm at. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll be sure to post another video in another 2 weeks, or in at least a week. We'll see where I get to with embedding the new adorner logic into the main section of code. All right. So in the meantime, take care. Enjoy the rest of your holidays. If I don't put a video out before New Year's Eve, then have yourself a very safe and healthy New Year's Eve. And I guess I'll be talking to you in the new year. So Happy New Year.